guys, JoeBiz34 back again. I just wanted to do a quick vid reviewing these guys. I didn't want to really go into too much depth because probably a little late in the game with reviews for either one of these guys, but just wanted to highlight these two for a couple of reasons. And I figured I'd do it as a joint review instead of doing two separate ones since they've both already been released. This one definitely more recent. He's been out for a bit. The Beskar Mando 1/6 scale from Hot Toys that comes with the Baby Yodas, which was mainly the main reason to double dip for some. I have the first version of Mando 2 that I never reviewed. Awesome figure. I think I favor that one a little more, to be honest with you, but I wanted to review this one mainly because there's some custom armor on it. And I don't remember the guy's name offhand, because he goes by, I think his name is different depending on if it's Instagram or Facebook. So right about now, as I'm talking about him, I'm going to put his info right in this video so you can reach out to him if you'd like this. The nice thing about his armor is that it's a little more chrome and metal and mirrored finished looking. Fits onto the Hot Toys perfectly. He even gave me this piece as a custom piece, even though the Hot Toys one looks very similar. So you don't necessarily need it, but he, that was part of the set, and he gave me another alternate pad to go with it too, for the different, I guess, variations of what he wore throughout the season. So really nice. And I also got the saber off him, the dark saber, and the extra Mandalorian helmet that the female lead wears in the show. And obviously it comes with the two Grogus or Baby Yodas, or the child, or whatever you want to call them at this point. And the other option was also to get the additional jetpack, which you can and cannot. So it looks like to me that he kind of made this custom off of the first release Mando, I think, or I think he did this from scratch. But if you see the Hot Toys one, this is the Hot Toys one, just to give you an example of how it looks different. On camera, it doesn't pop as much, and in person, you could definitely tell that this has more of a chrome mirrored finish, and it really pops on the shelf with this armor on. But the armor that comes with the Hot Toys one ain't bad, and if you're into this character enough, getting it, right out of the box is not bad either. But I was kind of on the fence with getting this one, and this kind of motivated me more. So you can see the difference there. So the armor that comes with the Hot Toys one by default is more like this type of color, which is still a chrome sort of mirrored finish, but it's a little more on the gray side, a little more dull, where this one is definitely more chrome. Kind of reminds me of the old Battlestar Galactica Cylons as far as how they looked. And if you look closer, you could definitely see reflections in there. So really nice touch. I mean, as far as everything else, and he did the custom dark saber too, which is a nice little touch. He has other accessories too, so if you check out his site, you'll see that he offers a lot of different types of options for this particular Mando, and he's doing other stuff as well. So you could check him out. So I just wanted to give him a shout out and point that out, and thank him for the great custom work here. And what I like about this too is if you have the first release Mando, don't necessarily want to rebuy it, just to get the child's or what have you. You can get the armor, and then you can actually alter the first one into this version if you want to at will. So you kind of have the choice to go either way. So, your choice. But anyway, just wanted to point that out real quick. Really nice, solid figure as well. I don't have all the accessories on him. He does come with, two-layered tier Hot Toys box that I don't have handy at the moment, but comes with a lot of flamethrower effects and the stand and all the other stuff that, would come with it. Also, he comes with a stand, so you can have him floating upwards, as you know, so it looks like he's hovering next to him. And the nice thing about this, which is why most people got this one, is because it does come with the multiple versions of the child, both standing. I didn't put his little necklace on yet, but it does come with the necklace that you could put around his head. And then it comes with the one where he's in his crib. So the nice thing is that if you do end up getting both of these guys, you can have one child displayed with each one, which I think was the motivation there. So anyway, nice set. Hot Toys Mando Beskar version, really nice even on its own, but even nicer with this custom armor on him. So that's for that. Now moving on to this dude. We all know that this is Happy Favreau, the famous director of Iron Man. He's basically involved with the Mandalorian series, along with the other stuff he has done. And he played a minor role in the show where he actually got dressed up as a Mandalorian. So obviously to honor him being, you know, kind of playing part in creating the show, he had to be a character on the show, which is really cool. And, you know, he's a big dude, so he, of course, plays Heavy Mando, which I think was so cool that Hot Toys actually made this. I think this was something that kind of caught people off guard or by surprise when it went up to pre-order. It kind of was available for a bit, and then suddenly I think a lot of people caught on and ordered it, and it kind of sold out and then waitlisted a lot of places. And I've already seen him for going higher on eBay and stuff, which is pretty common, you know, for Hot Toys figures to sell out. But as we know, some of these oddballs, whether it's Marvel or Star Wars mainly, and it seems like lately Star Wars, a lot of these armored characters or stormtroopers or shore troopers or what have you, when they go to that wait list moment, they seem to be going up in price a lot. So, I mean, that's cool from, I guess, an investment standpoint, but this guy is like really cool. And I had to do the review as soon as I saw him out of the box, because this guy is heavy and he's big, and he just feels like he's made of die cast, even though technically the armor is not. The armor is no different than like what comes with this guy, especially by default. Maybe not even the custom armor, but like this type of armor. But it's very sturdy, very heavy, and honestly, there's not a lot to it. It's a simplistic figure. I mean, he's huge. Look at the height difference. I mean, you could see him, if you look at him next to Mando, he's obviously bigger. I mean, the gun itself, the machine gun he holds there, his weapon, kind of, if you were to put it next to Mando upright, it would almost be the same height as alone as is. This thing is huge. It's just crazy. So it connects in. It's very simple setup. You take him out of the box. He stands very well on his own, but he does come with the same type of stands that all the Star Wars figures come with lately, that typical rectangular stand, same as him and so on. But you don't really need it unless you just kind of want to have the nameplate to display it. But he stands very solid, very, very well on his own. And he comes off more as a statue in weight because, like I said, he really is that heavy. And he comes with this huge jetpack, but also the supplier of his machinery, his ammo. And this reminds me right here of Dr. Octopus, right, from Spider-Man 2. It's got that same type of, it looks like one of his, you know, his arms, his tentacles, that goes into the gun. So it's a really easy setup. Once you get his hands positioned, put the right hands on the body to hold the weapon. He holds it onto the one handle on the side there, and then the other one on the back. And then you connect that from, you know, here, which is already in, and then you just connect it to the middle of the jetpack back here, and done. And he's badass and ready to go. Shoulder strap just sits over. You can adjust or futz with it a bit, and it's kind of got a little slack, so depending on how close you got the gun holding to him, in my pose, there's a little bit of a room there for the bandolier, but you know, it has give to go further out, or depending on how you want to pose him. It is a stunning figure. There's not too often that regular Hot Toys figures like really kind of wows me at this point. I mean, I've been collecting for years, and you know me, I have a lot of customs, I collect a lot of different things. This was definitely a wow factor. When I took him out, it was instant. And what's cool about it, I mean, some people might take it as a negative, but there's not a lot to him. I mean, you take him out, you put that big ass gun on him and his stand that I'm not even using. And that's pretty much it. I mean, he doesn't really come with much else than that. It's a very quick, simplistic setup. Everything else you see comes out of the box already on him. There's nothing you have to put on him. So from a quick coolness factor, it's, you know, cut and dry. You know, you pretty much take him out of the box and he's ready to go. You put this weapon in his hand and you hook it up and, you know, that's it, done. And it's very, like I said, for the price, you might think it's a little pricey. There's a little skirt back there, as you can see. You might think it's a little pricey considering the lack of accessories. You know, other than the gun and the stand, there's really not much to it. But when you feel the weight on him and you see his presence, his shelf presence, you realize where the money went into. So to me, it's definitely worth it. And I think the rarity of it too, because it's an oddball character. You know, it's kind of new to the Star Wars lore and the universe, but at the same time, very popular right now as part of the whole Mandalorian series. And, you know, this is going to be a conversation piece, I think, down the road. So if you're a fan of Mandalorian, if you're a fan of Heavy Mando, or if you're just a fan of Happy, and knowing that that's who's supposed to be under that suit, That alone is cool enough to go get him. And you can see here the detailing is great. Look at the feet. I mean, look, it really looks like, you know, worn out, damaged metal, even though it's not. The armor is incredibly done. And the weapon, like I said, is just so intimidating. He's not like extremely posable. You can pose him, but it's a little hard because he's so, you know, heavy and he's so big. So there's a lot of padding, a lot of stuff going on there. But the good thing is that he's solid. He's durable. He stands very well. You could feel very confident in standing him and walking away and not worry about him tipping. And, you know, like I said, again, he does come with the stand if you want to. And he's just so cool as is that, like, my jaw dropped the minute I took him out of the box. Like, even without posing him at all, he already just looked cool to me. So, you know, as far as like displaying him, it's not hard to make him look badass, you know? So for me, it's worth every penny. And I would say if you could still get your hands on this guy, if you're a Star Wars fan, or whether you're even an Iron Man fan because of knowing who this guy is, or if you're just a new Mandalorian fan to the Star Wars world, regardless, to me, this is a must-have, especially, I mean, honestly, if I didn't even know Star Wars, I would just look at this figure on somebody's shelf and be like, wow, that is cool. Like, who is that? You know, because he just has a lot of shelf presence. So, once again, very two cool Hot Toys figures, plus the armor upgrade if you want. And, you know, there you go, guys. Star Wars for life, man. All right, guys. Till next time, JoeBiz34. Peace out.